I was going to go home last night and suddenly about 40 coaches came towards me. What was going on last night?
It was the second CPD event for the club. You know, we tried to do 3 or 4 a year. First one was just before I came in, and this one was based on the sort of prep work that the first team do. So the manager had everybody in the pavilion over the road with all the coaches in from the girls RTC, the boys academy, first team coaches. It was a really good event, and the kind of analyst that goes in behind. So we looked at the Ipswich game, and we looked at the Arsenal game and the build up and prep to that. Then we went out onto the pitch and showed sort of how that then goes in from there into what that session would look like, and sort of little details that we're trying to build. And then took lots of questions, and then went back in and we had Robbie Fowler do a Q&A for half an hour, which was absolutely brilliant. The insight you get from, I mean, one of the best Premier League strikers is just absolutely fascinating. And we had a really good discussion over nature versus nurture, but we'll not go into that on this one.
Well, there's a couple of things hanging there. CPD means?
It's continued professional development.
Which is, you want your coaches to get better as coaches, across the board?
Yes, just every little bit of detail. It's one, from a club point of view, you can give a bit more information on actually the ins and outs. So most of the coaches there last night are part-time. Yeah. So they're turning up and you know, on Monday nights, Wednesday nights for 3 or 4 hours, and they're sort of just getting that contact time with their players and not seeing the bigger picture sometimes. Yeah. So it's an opportunity for us to give them a little bit more of an insight into the day-to-day runnings of the club, but it also gives them another string to their bow when they go to do analyst work with their players. So if we've got, let's say, the under-14s in here before they play on Sunday, so on Friday night the 14s might do a little bit of match analysis in the theatre, and they'll now have a little bit more understanding on what goes on at the top level. Now that's not to say you go copy it, but it gives you that bit of detail on and actually the more you see it getting done at the top level, the more simple it is.
Yeah.
Which then makes you feel more comfortable to deliver it.
You may not have the resources that the first team have, but the same principles apply, basically.
Yes, exactly. And you know, it's 15 minutes, because if you go any longer than 15 minutes, regardless of whether they're a first team player or an academy player, the interest starts to dip, the concentration starts to dip, so you've got to be cautious that you're not running it too long as well. So all these little bits of detail are great for them.